Food delivery is a type of service we're all familiar with. Every day, countless deliveries shuttle through cities, providing great convenience to daily life. As a high school student living in Beijing, I often order food delivery myself. But with each delivery, I started noticing an overlooked environmental issue: food delivery waste. In trash cans near schools and office buildings, the majority of waste is food packaging. These seemingly insignificant packages have unintentionally become a major source of household waste. According to statistics, in recent years, the number of food delivery users in China has surged, growing from 113 million in 2015 to 545 million in 2023, accounting for about half of China's internet users. For instance, in 2022, platforms like Meituan and LMA sold about 20 million food deliveries daily, consuming over 40 million disposable food containers per day. Every year, the waste from food containers and plastic bags exceeds 2 million tons. This got me thinking, what environmental harm does such a massive amount of delivery packaging waste cause? And what can we do to change it? To find answers, I decided to research the life cycle of food delivery packaging, from production to disposal. First, through my research, I found that food delivery packaging in China mainly consists of food containers, utensils, and bags. For the most commonly used food containers, because Chinese food is usually hot and contains soup, they are mostly made of leak-proof, food-grade plastic, accounting for over 60% of usage. The rest are made of materials like paper, metal, or styrofoam. Among them, only paper or starch-based containers are biodegradable and cause less pollution to the environment. Those disposable plastic containers are non-biodegradable but can be recycled. So, what materials are actually being used in food delivery packaging? I first interviewed several food delivery riders in the Huangzhuang area of Haidian District, Beijing, to understand the types of packaging they encounter daily.
有的是纸的，有的是塑料的，汉堡什么的都是汉堡，然后咖啡什么都是纸的，然后其他那种正常一份那种米饭，然后加配菜那种都是袋子塑料的那种。
也说不准，那有的时候就是也是塑料的，就像我今天中午接那边那家东北水饺，他家就是塑料的。商场出来的一般都是这种纸袋的。
快餐塑料的好像比较多点。
塑料的吧，它是也有纸质的，也有那种塑料的那种硬的那种塑料的包装，不像那种有那个透明塑料袋，我们很少接那种单子。
According to the delivery riders, most Chinese restaurants use disposable plastic containers and bags, while Western food is typically packaged in paper containers, such as those used for burgers and pizza. Next, I interviewed 6 restaurants of various sizes to further understand their considerations when purchasing packaging and their attitudes toward environmental issues.
这是我们公司都统一做的，统一配送的。这像我们是因为是连锁店嘛，它都是统一配送的，而且这些都是环保的、可降解的。
就是在市场买的，市场采购。
一般的话，我们都是到那个市场啊，市场的话我们有固定的商家。
我们一般都是在那个大型的那种批发市场。啊，他那儿呢，证照都齐全。
材料就是那些环保能那个美团提供那个经过平台提供那个环保材料，食品袋啊、包装盒。
盒子呢，我们用的都是安全的，就是国家标准的这种餐盒，也可以进入微波炉的。
淀粉类的。
先考虑的降解、安全，食品安全，对。餐具就是一次性的呗。
考虑的因素。第一个呢，可能就是安全，这个是因为有国家要求标准。第二个呢，它的那个软硬度啊，结不结实，因为我们家是热汤，所以呢会考虑软硬度。我们家用的2款呢，就是都是比较硬的啊，不是那种薄的。
一是环保，二是密封性，三是这个。菜容量看起来比较多一些，
花不了多少钱，其实它每个盒它顶多多个几十也是可以接受的。
如果是需要那样的话，咱们也会，因为这个只是也叫做好事，只是换个形式而已。
It became clear that most restaurants purchase packaging that complies with national food safety and environmental standards. A few restaurants also opt for biodegradable packaging and are willing to bear the extra cost for eco-friendly options. As a key part of the food delivery ecosystem, how do consumers view food delivery regarding its sustainability? To answer this, I launched an online survey about delivery packaging. From the 453 responses nationwide, I learned about the food delivery habits of respondents of different ages and professions, as well as their awareness of environmental issues. The survey results showed that most respondents order food delivery 1 to 2 times per week, while office workers order 4 to 5 times a week. The price range of 21 to 40 yuan was the most common. Meituan was the most popular platform. Food variety, taste, and restaurant reputation are the top factors influencing the respondents' choices. Although there is an option to order without utensils, 43% of respondents still choose to include utensils with their orders. In terms of environmental awareness, most respondents were willing to pay extra for eco-friendly utensils and packaging, with an acceptable price range of 2 yuan. If platforms added eco-friendly labels to restaurant listings, respondents would be more inclined to choose those restaurants. To further understand consumer behavior, I interviewed several office workers, who are major consumers of food delivery, for more detailed feedback on their environmental awareness.
我基本上每天都会点外卖，
差不多是1周4到5次吧。
基本上都是一次性的餐具。如果是在公司点外卖的话，就是公司会有专门的，就是垃圾分类。如果在家的话，基本上就是袋子放到一块儿，然后系一下，放到楼顶。
点外卖的这种餐具的话，一般都是用的商家。
如果是餐具的话，我是可以就是点外卖的时候备注不要餐具，然后我可以自备，这块我觉得是很方便做到的。
外卖一般是最重要的因素是它配送的时间，第二个是看它会不会好吃，然后第三个才会想到这种距离方便我自己的这种效率。可降解的餐具的话，我觉得是增加一些收费，我觉得是可以接受的。
如果能占到这个整体的超过1半以上，我会觉得这个费用会比较高
，5元之内吧。
The feedback showed that consumers generally have environmental awareness, are willing to reduce their use of disposable utensils, and are ready to pay extra for biodegradable packaging. However, because delivery waste often contains food residues, it complicates sorting and reduces the recycling potential of the packaging. Once consumers finish their meals, delivery packaging ends up in its first stop of becoming waste, trash bins. In China, before delivery waste is collected and transported, another group, scavengers scattered throughout society, sorts out valuable recyclable delivery packaging and transports it to recycling centers, turning waste into resources. I interviewed some scavengers involved in garbage sorting and recycling.
收一天收2车，早起车，下午1车。
垃圾分其他垃圾给你送走，不余垃圾给你送到室外边。
也就那个15的快车，20多斤儿，我拉的那个都弄不好，哪有分配站稳，我哪没我都不知道那是哪。
有瓶子，有书本，有纸壳子，废铁，不都这些乱七八糟的。我送到韩家船，大概得20公里吧，固定卖给韩家船收购点。
Once collected, where does food delivery waste ultimately go, and how is it processed? I visited the Banji Road Waste Transfer Station and the Renewable Energy Power Plant of Haidian District, Beijing, to learn about the final destinations of garbage. At the transfer station, waste from various sources is mechanically sorted and compressed before being sent to recycling centers or incineration plants. After receiving the garbage, the recycling center, using disposable plastic food containers as an example, goes through multiple processes such as crushing, washing, color sorting, and granulating to turn waste into treasure and recycle it. Meanwhile, incineration plants handle waste by burning it after fermentation and dehydration. Currently, Beijing's renewable energy incineration plants can convert the heat generated from incineration into electricity and have effective wastewater and exhaust gas purification capabilities. However, even with these advancements, the carbon emissions from waste incineration still have a certain impact on air quality. Through my investigation, I found that Beijing's food delivery waste management system still faces 2 major problems. Firstly, even though food delivery packaging itself may be recyclable, it often can't be properly sorted due to food residues left after use, significantly reducing the environmental value of recyclable delivery packaging. According to data provided by waste incineration experts, over 90% of Beijing's waste is processed by incineration, which is the final destination for the vast majority of food delivery waste. Even though many communities have already started enforcing mandatory waste sorting, there are still not enough recycling capabilities to handle the final stages of waste recycling. Secondly, although recyclable packaging is now widely used, biodegradable materials have not been effectively promoted. Non-biodegradable materials discarded in the environment take at least 50 years to fully degrade, inevitably causing significant harm to the ecosystem. To solve these issues, food delivery platforms, as a link between millions of merchants and consumers, have also made numerous efforts. To this end, I visited Meituan, China's largest food delivery platform, and interviewed members of the Green Mountain Project team, who focus on environmental protection in the food delivery industry. Meituan launched the Green Mountain Project in 2017, aiming to explore systemic solutions to the environmental impact of food delivery. On one hand, they cooperate with upstream and downstream institutions in the industry chain to support the research and application of new green packaging. On the other hand, they strive to build a sustainable merchant platform consumer ecosystem, promoting the green and low-carbon transformation of the industry's production, operations, and consumption patterns.
青山的一个目标是到2025年可以在20个省份去落地卡派化、规模化的回收项目。到24年3月，我们已经在14个省份落地了。这些机构累计回收的塑料铅盒数量也超过了2万吨。但其实它回收之后呢，就不要担心它会再被送去焚烧或者填埋，那它肯定是有价值才会被回收的。
As of 2023, Meituan's Green Mountain Project has implemented large-scale waste sorting and food container recycling projects in 15 cities across 14 provinces, cumulatively recycling about 17,600 tons of plastic food containers and raising the level of waste sorting and recycling. The food delivery waste problem is one we cannot ignore. It requires action from each person, every company, and society as a whole. For consumers, this means opting for fewer utensils, less packaging, or choosing eco-friendly restaurants when ordering food. Before discarding, clean off food residue and correctly sort the waste. For restaurants, this means reducing unnecessary packaging and upgrading to biodegradable materials. For delivery platforms, promoting eco-friendly packaging options and building an effective recycling chain are helpful. For packaging technology companies, they should invest in developing biodegradable options better suited to the needs of Chinese food. Finally, we call on the government to enact policies that encourage the use of biodegradable materials and build more robust recycling facilities. By working together, we can enjoy the convenience of food delivery while also promoting a green, low-carbon, and sustainable future.